When you think of dinosaurs, you think of huge animals. But do you know what was the biggest of all? Be ready, because it'll come out of your screen. The biggest sea monster. Shastasaurus is the biggest marine predator ever known. It lived during the Late Triassic period, and its fossils have been found in the United States, Canada, and China. The type species Shastasaurus sicaniensis was 69 feet tall. That is, it was as tall as a 7-floor building. Despite its size, this animal was believed to feed on cephalopods such as octopuses and squids that were absorbed rather than chewed. Paleontologists came to that conclusion because the animal had a short, toothless snout. Shastasaurus had to open its mouth so rapidly it made a hole that was filled with water right away. At the same time, its tongue moved down and back, making the hole bigger and increasing the force of absorption. Did you know that octopuses and squids move using jet propulsion? Well, researchers believe the powerful suction of Shastasaurus neutralized that strategy, so there was no way to escape from its snout. But guess what? Even though it was huge, Shastasaurus wasn't a dinosaur because marine reptiles weren't considered to be dinosaurs. Anyhow, stick around and you'll find out the biggest dinosaur of all. Terror in the sky. Quetzalcoatlus was a great predator that lived in the late Cretaceous of North America. It had a height from the ground to the shoulder of 9.8 feet, with a wingspan of 36 to 39 feet, that is, the size of a bus. Though, according to some studies, it had a wingspan of up to 69 feet, so that's 2 buses. Due to its size, paleontologists believe it was able to cross continents by flying at a speed of over 80 miles per hour, reaching heights of up to 15,000 feet and distances of 8,000 to 12,000 miles without landing. Would you get an idea if I told you that New York and Sydney are 9,900 miles apart? Can you imagine the amount of meat this terrifying animal consumed? Scientists have not yet come to an agreement on how it fed. Some of them say it was a scavenger, others say it fed by flying over the sea and brushing the surface with its beak to catch fish, and the rest say it fed on land by catching reptiles and mammals. So, this is the biggest dinosaur in the world? No, flying reptiles weren't considered to be dinosaurs either. Fine, I know what you're thinking. When will I see a dinosaur in your video about dinosaurs? Just now, I promise, you're about to meet the biggest dinosaur. The biggest dinosaur of all. Many think Patagotitan is the biggest dinosaur ever. It lived in the Cretaceous between 101 and 95 million years ago. Its fossils were found in the province of Chubut, Argentina. The species Patagotitan majorum was 121 feet long, which is pretty much 3 buses in line and a bit more. Though other studies reduced the size to 102 feet and others increased it to 131 feet. About the weight, there was a specimen that could have weighed up to 80 tons. That is, 16 African elephants. This animal was likely to be around 65 feet tall when its neck was held erect. That's almost the size of Shastasaurio, or what's the same, a 7-floor building. This dinosaur was discovered in 2008 by a farm laborer during a horseback ride. He found an enormous femur protruding out of the ground. 6 years later, paleontologists started to dig up the fossils and found several bones. The longest femur they found was 7.8 feet. In total, more than 130 bones that made up 6 Patagotitan skeletons were recovered. However, it doesn't mean that the 6 dinosaurs died simultaneously. They died in different situations involving floods. 57 teeth of TYRANNOTITAN chubutensis were also found near the fossils, so it's believed that this carnivorous animal was probably having a feast with corpses of Patagotitan. Near them, about 200 fossils of different dinosaurs and some plants were found, enabling the reconstruction of the habitat of Patagotitan, where it's believed that there was a lush forest with 49-foot-tall trees. While Patagotitan might be the biggest land animal ever for its dimensions, some scientists have second thoughts about it and have found a challenger. A challenger? It's time to introduce you to Argentinosaurus. I know, you're probably saying, make up your mind once and for all, what is the biggest dinosaur? Well, the answer is, nobody knows for sure. In the world of paleontology, things aren't as simple as taking a tape measurer, making sure you're not stepped on by the dinosaur while you're measuring it, and writing a list. Unless you want to be conned, of course. Most skeletons are incomplete, and scientists must reconstruct the size of the entire dinosaur from a pair of vertebrae or the femur. Argentinosaurus was found in the Argentinian province of Neuquén. Yes, this dinosaur is also from Argentina. It seems the great long-necked dinosaurs such as Diplodocus or Brachiosaurus were gone right after the Jurassic period. However, in what's now South America, they continued to exist until the Cretaceous period was well established, and they grew larger throughout that time. Argentinosaurus lived during the Late Cretaceous period. It reached a speed of 5 miles per hour, and to move forward, it moved its foreleg and hind leg on the same side of the body simultaneously. What's interesting is that its eggs were 1 liter in volume, but when the animal hatched out, it was no longer than 3.3 feet and no heavier than 11 pounds. It was a sort of puppy and only needed to say However, that didn't matter because as an adult, one of its vertebrae could even reach a height of up to 5.2 feet. That is, the size of a short person. And this is what sparks off the debate. A study shows that Argentinosaurus could have a length of 130 feet, but there are others that say 120, 108, 98, and less than 89 feet. Therefore, the size of Argentinosaurus will depend on what study you like to read. Its length may range from 130 feet to 89 feet, and the length of Patagotitan will range from 131 feet to 102 feet. So this debate can go on until the people involved are fossils and never come to an agreement. Now, this question is for you. Between Patagotitan and Argentinosaurus, who do you think's bigger? Leave a comment. If you're interested in more prehistoric animals, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and play the next ones. Because we have a bunch of dinosaur videos for you to also become a fossil after binge watching all of them. See ya!